Hi friends, welcome back. For today, what we're going to do is this pretty little pop-up card. Look at that! Maybe a lot of you have made these already. I have never made one of these, and I was watching somebody on Facebook, and a video popped up this morning, and she showed how to do this. If I find her channel, I will put it in my description box. But this is amazing. I love this. So this is what we're going to make. It's so easy. I couldn't believe how easy it was. So this is what you're going to need if you want to pause the video and gather your supplies and make it with me. This is what you need. Basically what we're making is this is a book binding card. So if you were to open it this way, which is how I usually do it when I make a book binding card, so that's what this is. It's still 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and what you're going to do is cut it lengthways. So you want your card base 8 1/2 by 11 sheet, cut long ways, 4 1/4. Okay. Then you need that's your base. And then what I did was I picked out some pretty cardstock that I had to put on the front. And so for the front, for these parts, you want this to be 4 by 4. And this piece, sorry, I'm covering it up, is 1 inch by 4 inches. And you pretty much want the outside, like I have on this card, can be directional. Okay, but the inside coordinating piece, you need to be non-directional, and you can use plain paper too, that's okay. So this piece coordinates with it, and it's non-directional. Any way you turn it, you know, the pattern goes all different directions. This piece needs to be 6 by 6. 6 by 6. Okay, and then you need 2 3/4 inch squares for your inside to put here and here. And the first time I made this, I put this down here, and then it left this one blank because I put 1 centimeter on the outside. Well, it made more sense to put this up here and leave this one down here for writing and sign your name and that. So I just covered this up with a blank piece and put that sentiment up here. So you can choose your sentiments, but you need 2 3/4 inch squares to fit in those places. And then whatever sentiments you want. And this is optional. A piece of ribbon, you could put bling across here, or just a piece of cardstock. You could use this cardstock that coordinates to put across the top, or something different, or some of this plain to go across the top, whatever you want to do. This is what she did, and I really like that, so I decided to do that. Now I did mine a little bit different than she did, and I will explain that to you when we get there. So first of all, if you have a score, what you want to do, so this is 11 inches. Okay, you want to score it at 4 1/4. and 5 1/2. 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. Whatever kind of score tool you have. If you don't have a score tool, you can just measure it and fold it. And use your bone folder to, you know, flatten it out. My bone folder is around here somewhere. Here it is. Better keep it handy. Okay, so I can never remember how to fold these to get it. And see, mine always comes out just a teeny bit off. So I make sure the bottom is, the bottom edges are even. And then enforce it there. Okay. So here is your, I'm going to burnish this down. Sorry, I need to keep above the line. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is put this down. This really doesn't have a direction, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. And I want to put it down here. It still looks a little off down here. I don't know what it is with me and okay. Okay, so we want to mount this kind of right in the middle of that square. This is so fun. I love this card, and I couldn't believe how easy it was, really. Okay, so then this came off of the piece that we have down here, and actually you can see where it was cut off. So we're going to put this up here. This is the 1 by 4 inch piece. We're going to put it up here in this space. We're going to mount it kind of right in the middle like this one is down here. Leave a little border around. I got to look at it like this to make sure I'm even. Okay. So there you go. We got that part done. Now, the next step she did was to take this ribbon, put it under here, bring it around and tie it and make that knot. But I was having a real hard time doing it that way. So what I'm doing is tying the knot. I cut my ribbon in half and make long enough piece so you know you can tie it and have enough to put around here. So it took me a while though to get a square knot so I wasn't having the ribbon go all cockeyed. Okay. So I go over this time, and then on this one go under. So let's see how that turned out. Nope. See, you guys, I'm terrible at doing this, doing knots and whatever. So I went under. Under this way. There, I think this one's going to work. Nope. You don't want them to go opposite directions. You want them to go, you know, like, well, you want them to go opposite directions, but not this way. So let's try this again. Okay, so I went under. Is this going to work? I finally got it right on. Okay, there we go. Oh boy. Okay. So now I got my knot made. A little knot. You could tie a bow if you want to. So now what I'm going to do is open this up, and I'm using a tape runner, and I'm just making a run of glue tape right down the middle. Well, actually, I'm taping up this whole thing. You want to stay inside your, boy, this tape really goobers up. You don't want to go over these fold lines. But what I want to do is put it where I want it over here. I'm going to have it off to the side a little bit. Okay. And then bring it over and glue it down. You want to have it tight so it doesn't move around. Okay, there you go. Okay, and because you put tape on that whole area, now you just press that down and it'll glue that down. So you open it up like that, and there's your book-bound card. Only we're going to do it this way. You can do it the other way if you want to, but this makes more sense. Well, you can do it this way too, but I like doing it this way. I don't make too many cards doing this way. I think it's kind of fun. Okay, so now we take this piece, and this time I'm going to, I didn't score my last one, but I'm going to do this one. You score it in half, so it's a 6 by 6, so you would score it on the 3-inch line. Like that. I scored it on the 3-inch line. And then you turn it, and you score it on the 3-inch line again, because you're going to fold it one way and then turn it and fold it the other. And then what you want to do, now here I'm not going to use my score because I don't want to score this crooked. So what you want to do is fold it corner to corner just one way. It doesn't matter which way. And you want to make sure you get your points. You get all your, you want to make sure that everything's together or it won't work right. Okay? So then you press it down. Now for some reason, this, see this right here, is sticking out. Now it's not sticking out on the other side. So I'm going to trim that off because it needs to be the same. Okay. So see that? So then you take this and you fold it this way. And then you turn it and you fold it this way. Okay, now this is the side that you want to show when you open it, that I want to show when I open it. So you turn it over and you want to make well, yeah, okay. Let's see how we're going to do this. This is what we're gluing down. So you want these pieces to show on the top. So you just kind of have to work with a little bit till you get these two sides going in like this. Okay, and fold it down like that. So for the inside, this is the wrong side. This is what's going to get glued down. So you want to burnish these down really well. This is a little bit stiffer paper than what I used before, so you got to kind of show it who's boss. Okay. So when I glue this side down and this side down, open it up, and it's going to open up like this. Okay, so once you have that part done, when you get it inside, you want to make sure all your points are inside the borders, okay? And you want to use the corner that's all folded together. Okay, where it comes to the center, that's the one you want to put on top. So let's get this glued down. Now I hate covering up this beautiful paper. That's the problem when you have double-sided paper, you know, you got to make those. So here's where everything folded together. We're going to make sure all the corners are in. Okay. So press that down really good. Okay, now what we want to do is put glue all over this side. Okay, now we're going to just shut the lid, press it down. I'm using art glitter glue that it adheres really quickly. You use whatever kind of glue you have, whatever you want. So now, when we open it, oops, make sure you don't get any glue anywhere you're not supposed to. And there it is. There's your pop-up. So cool. Okay, so now, and I got mine ready ahead of time, my sentiments. Okay, so this is the one I made for the front, and I think what I'm going to do with this one is put it on dimensionals. Raise it up just a little bit. Probably take 3 on each side. I don't know, you might have dimensional tape that you use. I have some, but these are handy. I like using these. Okay, and we'll just I like getting all my things ready ahead of time so that, you know, you're not watching me cut everything. You know how to cut stuff. Okay, so you just need to decide where you want to put this. I think I'm just going to set this right here. Okay, I think that's so pretty. Okay, now on the inside, this is where your 2.5 inch squares are going to come in. Okay, there's the example. So you want to mount the one with your sentiment up here on top. And if you want, you can, you know, you can double mount these with a little, make them a little bit smaller and put, it'd be pretty like with a green border around here. But I just cut out the white ones. You want to put them in here so they're pretty even border around. Okay. So, so you got to make sure that you're stamping this way and not, you know, this way like you normally would. You have to go sideways. So, and then on the bottom, I just glue a blank one, and then you can write down there, write your message. Or, you know, you could write your message on the back and put another sentiment here if you wanted to, whatever you wanted to do. Now this piece looks bigger for some reason. It is. Probably because I had to cut off a sliver. I don't know. Me and my measurements sometimes. I measure it exactly, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, so there's that piece. So there's where you write your sentiment. Now, like I did on this one, I put some sparkle spots up here. I think I'll put some on here. Only I'm going to use the green ones. And let's see, let's do one here, over here, one here. You could do more. You could use flat back pearls, whatever, little flower embellishments. I mean, this is such a cool card, and I'm running low on green. There's one. These have like a shiny, on the back side is shiny. So on the other side is all like glitter. So you need to make sure you get, and that's the glitter side. So you need to make sure you're getting the right side up. And I just turned it over. They're easy to turn over. That one I turned over too. There we go. How cute is that? You could do 5 of them or more. You could put a couple down here. But there's our pop-up card. How cute is that? I mean, who wouldn't love to get that? So there you go. Let me know what you think, and if you tried it. And it's easy. And I did both of these this morning, and I saw her video early this morning. And maybe you guys have seen that same video. If you know who it is, let me know. But I can't take credit for this, but it sure is a cutie. Da-da-da. like playing with it. All right, there you go. Have a wonderful day. Have fun with this. And press that like button and make me a comment. I will answer. All right, see you next time. Bye.